Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. So we have defined Dhamma leadership to optimize relevant internal and external human resources according to natural laws to produce the maximum overall sustainable true benefits. And the three pillars of Dhamma leadership basically is of truth by wisdom for all. The essence is truth. The tool to apply it actually is the wisdom of the leaders, and eventually the benefits goes to all people, all beneficiaries. Okay. And then we also talk about these three important Dhamma powers which is needed. First, the ability to remain unhurt, the happiness that cannot be taken away by any external conditions, and the Dhamma powers that cannot be destroyed by any external conditions: patience, loving kindness, compassion, courage, the taking charge of responsibility, forgiveness, kindness, gratitude, sense of responsibilities, and other virtues. And then we have 7 Dhammic treasure guidelines. Just to refresh, we have the treasure guidelines for self-cultivation according to Dhamma, treasure guidelines for Dhammic external dealings. After we have done our own job, we take care of others. Then after we have taken care of others, we can work together, internally, externally, work together for Dhamma propagations. Then after that, we need to care about the minor things which we think, sometimes we think it is not so important, but yet every aspect, every moment of giving service is important. Sometimes we happen to be a little careless. Then if you are not careful, then sometimes things get difficult, things get sour. Sometimes we unknowingly, we may cause, sorry, what happened? Okay. We may cause unhappiness in people, or maybe sometimes hatred. Sometimes without our real awareness of it. And it happens. Sometimes in the process of giving service, we are a bit negligent on the minor needs of others. So when we, sometimes if you are a bit careless, a bit not aware enough, we may also cause a lot of things, especially people who are very hatred prone. So yeah, it can be quite serious. Just now I had a talk with Bhante Arananda. We were just talking about in the sasana. Then sometimes we have students, for no reason that we don't understand what is up their mind. Some, they come with a deep depression, and out of compassion. Actually, depression people, we don't teach meditation. We don't ordain people with depressed. Why? Because they already internally they have problem. So it's not easy. We want to help, but in another way. But we heard people who are not happy because of not getting ordination. Someone who is maybe happy with me because I tell everyone to ordain. so they feel good. Oh, Bhante want me to ordain. They feel good. At least whether they ordain or not, they feel good. But when they come to actually, when they don't do it, we have certain rules to prevent people creating bad karma, and then we want people to be equip themselves with merits. And then, sometimes they think getting ordination is a right. No, it's not a right. Just like a student can choose a teacher, the teacher can feel, I'm not confident to take you in. The teacher has every right not to take in, a student. Yes, because we only take when we feel confident to guide the person. If you don't feel confident enough to guide the person, this person is a bit beyond my ability, then we have a right not to undertake what is beyond us. But sometimes people think it's a right, you see. And then sometimes, not easy to take care of. People, they come with difficulties. They have internal obstacles or internal hindrance. So it's not easy. So I was talking to Bhante Arunana. I said, Bhante, you get it and I get it also. Then Bhante have a very broad heart. He just laugh. He just smile. He say, wow, like that, never mind, like that, Okay. So in service, we need to be very careful. Sometimes if you are a bit careless, especially for people with very sensitive and very fragile mind and very fragile emotions, sometimes we may not be aware how we may hurt the person. So far we have some unpleasant experiences, unfortunate experiences with people with a very sensitive mind. But we don't blame them. They came, they tell Bhante, I have depression, I'm taking medicine. Can give me a chance to meditate? Or I want to be a temporary nun, monk. I have men and women also, we have that experience. So sometimes out of compassion, we say, okay, it's okay. Dhamma can help. If you apply Dhamma faithfully, you can recover. There's a chance, because depression always comes with the kind of a mind over self-conscious. So if you are aware of that, try not to be all the while on yourself, myself. But sometimes we overestimate the ability we can use Dhamma to help people. They are very happy, depressed people, they're very happy when they get the love, or they're so attached. But by the time, once they get a little bit slight, they feel the ego get hurt, they feel slighted, and things like that. So that's why I care a lot. Nowadays, I care more and more about how to serve. In the past, we care about only the main thing, decision making. Make sure you do the right thing, right decision, right positioning, etc. So that's an early stage when I teach Dhamma leadership. Then later I realized, if we are not careful with the little service that we give, sometimes you may happen to step on the mind, and which explode anytime. So this happened. It happened to almost everyone who preach. Or it happened almost to everyone. So we get it. Bhante Arunana also get it. I also get it, And Venerable Rakita also get it. And Sayadaw Rewata also get it. Pao Sayadaw get it. Mahathera, Aryadhamma Mahathera also got it. So you see how? And usually, that's why we try to be as careful as we can, as gentle as we can. Those who tend to be very stern, But later I realized you cannot do that, because the modern mind and many people they come with a lot of different composition of the mental makeup. So if we are not careful, we happen to touch on sometimes they can hurt so much by a little words, which we don't think it is anything, but words from teacher especially. Because people expect higher moral performance from us, higher, love, or the kind of things. So the small mistake that we make can blow up if you're not careful. If you meet the wrong person, then finish. But still, we need to continue to help. As Bhante Arana just now told me up there, after lunch. He said, yeah, sometimes we have to just help people. It's okay. They have their karma, they have their emotions. Sometimes how they come about to this kind of state, we don't know. But I still also remember what Arya Dhamma Mahathera told me in Taiwan. At that time we just had a crisis in Kuching, a very big crisis. And then I just say, well, it happened beyond my imagination, from outside. Luckily, we had a very strong internal team. Our team was not shaken at all, but that came from outside. So when I went to Taiwan, I told Arya Dhamma Mahathera and Bhante Arana beside, I say, we experienced this. And I cannot forget the one word advice given by Mahathera. Maṅgala, metta. Maṅgala is my name. Maṅgala, metta. Twice he said, metta. Just one word. Sometimes you cannot solve any problem. You cannot change anything. But whatever that happened, just shower love. That's all you can do. That's all you can do. So that sang into my mind until today. Just one word advice. Metta. You cannot, he did not teach me, Mahathera did not teach me how to go about it, how to change people, no. He knew how difficult he's very experienced in samsara. He knows all sorts of people, all sorts of mental makeup. He just say, metta. So that tells a lot of things. No? So nowadays, it is even more important that we give our service cautiously, with serious attention, and with skills and tact. Otherwise, you step on people's psychological mind, M-I-N-E, mind, can blow up. Then you get it. Yeah. And sometimes it's more dangerous is it's a misunderstanding. Misunderstanding. For example, some it's quite easy. Sometimes people want to split people. Some people, if they have the intention to split, they just need to tell here and tell there. And then if you are sensitive, you get hurt, then you don't even check, you don't investigate, you can end up blow up, then relationship gets soured. It happened. So, yeah. I just saw just now on my phone, I could recollect on this. I'm talking about this topic about service. Just before I came down, I saw one notice that someone told me that, someone posts on their WeChat moment saying that Bhante Maṅgala say, I crave for money. Isn't that he also crave for money? He said that. I said, well, sure. Did I say anything to anybody? I don't say anything about someone craving for money. Well, you want to say people crave for money, the whole world crave for money a lot, But we don't special. The word Chinese use is 敛财. 敛财. Like sticking, collecting a lot of wealth and money. I said, did I pass any comment? I don't. Not in my life. Not in my life I ever criticized anyone on 敛财. I never use this word to describe anybody. In fact, this is not a common Chinese term that we use, So we don't easily use this term for anybody. So it's a rare term. 敛财 is a rare term, rare Chinese term. So as a result of that, people get very offended, but we didn't say anything like that. So sometimes we need to be careful, If we don't get hurt, for whatever reason, then when something happens like that, we can check it out. Isn't it so? If someone criticizes me, if you are not happy, if you are calm, okay, call out the person. If you say, I do this, then can you advise me? I don't understand that I did that or whatever, Then a lot of misunderstanding get clear up. But when people get hurt immediately, without judgment, without investigation, you get judged. Then once you get angry, you blow up. Then, if both sides are ignorant, then sure the relationship will get split. But if one side doesn't respond, then only one side. After some time, this person may realize. It is given in a story, in Jataka stories. The jackal. There was once a lion and a tiger. No relationship. The lion was the future Venerable Sariputta, and the tiger was the future Mahamoggallana. And there's a jackal. The jackal is supposed to be future Devarata. Yeah? So because this jackal, he wanted to eat food, but not easy for him to hunt. So it is good to make friends with the tiger and the lion, and then always take the leftover. Okay, that's good enough for a jackal. What can you expect? So one fine day, this jackal thought, I have taken all kinds of food, the meat, except the meat of a lion and tiger. How can I eat the meat of a lion and tiger? I want to try it. But no way a jackal can get to eat the tiger and lion. So he thought of a scheme. The only way is to make them fight with each other. So this jackal went to the tiger and said, the lion said bad about you. Say so bad. Because actually they were good friends, but said bad about you. Then the tiger got very angry. How can my friend treat me like that? I regard my friend with so much friendship and love and kindness, and say bad about me. I get very unhappy. Then this jackal went to the lion and said, the tiger said bad about you. Then this lion is a future Venerable Sariputta, much wiser. No, not possible. Because before you come into our company, our friendship, never this thing happened between me and the tiger. So something must be wrong to you. Go away. Chase that away. Chase the jackal away. You must be the culprit. You must be the bad guy. Go away. Chase it away. If not, I eat you up. Throw you up. So then the jackal was chased away. Then this tiger still feel unhappy, but eventually came to the lion. Say, why I never regard you badly? Why you treat me like that? Why you say bad about me? Then the lion say, isn't that the jackal told you? Yeah, jackal told me the same thing. He said you say bad about me. I say, why you believe? Why must you trust the jackal? We used to be good friends all the while. We never regard each other badly. Why you want to believe in the words of the jackal? Then this tiger felt repent. You see, you have regarded me with more friendship. You trust me. When people say I say bad about you, you don't believe it. You trust me. But in fact, I have a small heart. When people told me that you say bad about me, I got upset. So I should have more trust in my friend instead of a newcomer. You see. So anyway, the tiger took forgiveness, asked forgiveness from the lion. Then they became good friends again. So sometimes we need to have this wisdom of the lion, the future Venerable Sariputta. If people want to tell you, Bhante Maṅgala say bad about you, if one day, Kamlung, Bhante Maṅgala say bad about Kamlung, don't believe it. I have no time, frankly speaking. If someone say Bhante Maṅgala has no time for Kamlung, at least something, it makes sense. If they say Bhante Maṅgala say bad about Kamlung, who cares? I have lots of work to do. I have my own meditation to take care. What on earth can make me, busybody myself, make myself so busy with talking about Kamlung? In fact, frankly speaking, just example, Kamlung is an example. Frankly speaking, when I'm free, I don't bother to think about somebody here and there. Sometimes people think so highly of themselves, but then you think like that. You think I say no time to think about you. Frankly speaking, we have no time to think about anybody. We are occupied enough. So sometimes this kind of yes, hallucination or illusion. You know? Yeah, already quite a few people told me, I gave them meditation instruction in the ears. Then he said, why sometimes you give me the right thing and sometimes you give me the wrong thing? You know? I said, wow, very dangerous, man. I have no time to give instruction to someone far away. You think I have this kind of power? No. Frankly speaking, Bhante Maṅgala has no such power. You know, I have to declare I have no such power to pass a language words thousands of miles away and to give you a meditation instruction. We don't busybody like that, you know, we are not busybody. So that's why when we careful, be careful to this is the we have to know how to protect ourselves. So if you don't get hurt easily, then you are in a position to think rationally. Is it possible? Does it make sense? You know? Then if not, then why not check it out? Check with somebody, yeah. You know? That's the only right way. That's the only right way. So you see, that's why see things as they really are. It's not easy when we have that kind of weakness, when we feel hurt, when we are not aloof, then very easy to fall into this, you know, in service. You know, all you need to do is just someone behaving like the jackal and say this and say this. Yeah. So, but when we talk, if I talk with Bhante Aruna just now, I say, yeah, sometimes this, sometimes maybe our karma result. Then Bhante Aruna say, yes, yeah, for us it's a result, for them it's a new cause. When we suffer, it's our result, it's okay. Because we must have done something in the past. But for people who exhaust our bad karma in that manner, that is pitiful. Yeah. So anyway, when we do service, do be careful, especially when we come into encounter with sensitive, very sensitive mind. So we have to be very careful. But at the same time, don't make our own mind so sensitive. You know, even if it is, we know a lot of things also, the first rule is don't get hurt. If you don't get hurt, then you are in a position to find your way to use wisdom. If you get hurt, how? Very difficult. And sometimes, yes, no doubt, a misunderstanding can be solved sometime later. The problem is, if we are not careful, when we get into misunderstanding, we get hurt, we do some kind of revengeful act, then new karma is created. So by the time, even if the misunderstanding is removed, already new karma already created. That's a bit too late. So we should avoid that. Okay? So be careful. So then we talk about this decision making, or the alternative thinking, marginal thinking, relevance thinking, etc. And then we also talk about how to resolve differences, and we also teach on how we can evaluate how well we do and how we perform. Okay, so now we come to this 36. This is, we rarely use it fully. We use it partially, this methodology. We usually use it only partially. As we move along when we need. Okay? So 36 comes from 3 times 3 is times 4. Okay? So what are the first 3? Dependent origination, non-self. This is the rational part. Then the emotional part. Loving kindness, compassion, appreciative joy, equanimity. Then the practical force, ability, is seeing things as they really are with wisdom, and the rest, all other mind qualities of mind, mental strength and power. Okay. Usually when we have this, we always have to apply. We can apply first always internally. Make sure you have this strength. But sometimes, let's say the external is your colleague. It's someone who works with you. And if that person, when we are in a team, if that person, if you as a whole, we need to bring the person to work in a united way and harmonious way with us, we require to bring up these Dhamma qualities in our collaborator or someone who work with us, Yeah, we need them to have this quality. We need to upgrade their quality. So if you want to upgrade this quality, you need to have it internally and how to bring up that externally. So in this way, if you talk about cultivating this internally, okay, then how to cultivate? Okay, this is a problem. What problem we face when we want to cultivate the understanding, the wisdom about dependent origination and non-self? Then you need to know, if you try to remove the obstacles, then what is the cause that not easy to cultivate this? Lack of knowledge or whatever obstacle. Then you see. Then the C is the cessation of suffering. That means C, the second C is the cessation of suffering. That means the goal. The goal we want to achieve is to be able to practice dependent origination non-self. To invoke the power of dependent origination non-self. Then you need to know the way to achieve it. The way to bring up this. The way to bring up this. The ways to cease suffering. So following the Buddha's Four Noble Truths formula, we also see the problem, the cause of the problem, the goal we want to achieve, and the way to reach the goal. So let's say if the goal is to cultivate dependent origination non-self, we have to work internally. Then after we have worked internally, we try to bring out others, this quality in others. Just like before I teach you, before I teach you about this, first I have to make sure I know this stuff. I know how to bring up these qualities. So then we give a talk like that, give a course like that, so that externally you also know how to apply. So first I must try it myself, then I pass to you. So you are external. But later when we form a team, when the team is all united in this, we need to bring this to other people. Okay? So this is one example. Let's say in an event, when we need to apply this quality in event, can be an occasion or a goal in a project event. I don't know what better word to use, so I use event. So a goal, a collective goal or something like that. A mission, we want to, let's say we want to spread Dhamma in Himalaya. Let's say, okay, this is the event. So first, the one who initiate it is internal. The one who collaborate, who work with us, that we want to cultivate them, that's external. Then together, we want to implement this, bring this teaching. We want to bring this teaching to, let's say, Himalaya. Okay? So we want to bring the teaching in Himalaya. How do we do it? What are the difficulties we face? And what is the cause of them? Cause can be culturally, they have no understanding of this, whatever. And then how we want to achieve, to what extent we want to achieve, whether we want to achieve it within a small group of elites who are religious elites who can devote them, maybe not the common folks. Then how to achieve it, achievable. Or maybe we want to start from the small group and then slowly spread the teaching. Okay, this can be the event. So whatever we do it this way. Then similarly, we want to cultivate these qualities of loving kindness, compassion, appreciative joy, equanimity. We know that people are emotionally hurt. For example, after the 2015 earthquake, they say earthquake victims, sometimes they have the trauma, the psychological things. So emotionally, they are hurt badly. They suffer emotionally. So in order to bring to them the healthy emotions, similarly, you have to do it internally, then externally, and slowly you can work out how to increase or revive or heal the emotional hurts of the people, the victims of the earthquake or something like that. So then how to convey to them. But we cannot do it if we internally as an individual, we, especially the leader, if we don't have some kind of accomplishment or some kind of quality in this aspect, it is difficult to influence others, to convey these Dhamma powers to others. Okay? So after that, we work together internally, externally to achieve the event or the mission that we want to fulfill. Okay? Can see? So similarly for seeing things as they really are. For example, now if I want to change, improve Dhamma Earth, first when I came back, I kept quiet. I don't talk so much. I listen and observe and listen. Make sure internally I see what is the cause, what is the weakness that we have in Dhamma Earth. I must see. Then after that, after I have identified correctly, but I want to check, are there any areas I might have missed out? Okay? Then I listen to other people. Not only observe myself, I listen to other people, how they tell me, how they see, how they perceive, how they feel. Okay, externally. Then, when I notice they have difficulty seeing as they really are, as I see it, I see the cause. A lot of the causes happen because we are not sensitive to other people's needs. We are not sensitive to the sentiments of the devotees. So externally, we try to build ourselves, and then I try to make everyone see that. Not only I see, I want to make everyone see the same thing. Once we see the same thing, let's say myself internally and the team externally, I make sure they know and see it, agree that we need to change. We need to improve. There are rooms for improvement. When everyone agree that there are rooms for improvement, then it becomes easier that we want to bring out the change in Dhamma Earth. You see? So, what I did recently, these few months in Dhamma Earth is, I don't think if I see any imperfection or rooms for improvement, I don't think it is right for me to just stand aloof and just point, no, you should not do like that, you should not do that, you should not do that. I think it is wrong. I didn't do it. So what I did was, okay, I make sure I do it myself first. I make sure these three aspects I cover. I make sure I don't get upset with the imperfection that I notice. Then I think it is good to lead by example. I have to do it myself. If I go into a retreat, then I better don't talk. If I want to talk, that means I must show the way. So show the way, how to do it. Then after that, it is easier to influence the external, the Dharma workers, the community. Why? They see the leader lead the way and show the way and show how to do. So after I show a little bit, then they come in, they join in. Then it becomes a united force. We work together to improve Dhamma Earth. So then it becomes achievable. If I don't do myself, if I don't show the way myself, I just stand one side and pointing fingers to other people, you are not doing this, you should do like this, do like that as I instruct. It will not produce result. So that's what we always do internally, externally, and for the situation. So for the situation, for any aspect, you want to change, at least for two sets of cause and effect formula is very helpful. First, if you want to produce this result, and you have any obstacle, you try to understand what are the problems involved, what are obstacles involved, and what are the causes for the obstacle. Then I must know what is achievable. If I don't know what is achievable, it is futile to talk about how you want to improve situation. Because certain things can be achievable, certain things cannot be achievable. It's not achievable. Okay? Certain things is not achievable. So some certain conditions are beyond us. So like that. Okay. So internal, external, and the event. In another perspective, you can also look at it this way. Okay? Internal means near conditions. External, actually, far condition. Sometimes we can bring the far condition to near condition. You know? For people who, let's say people who stand apart from you, who are not in your team, but when you can bring the person to be joining you in the team and have the same kind of mindset and coherent thinking, ways of doing things, then that far condition can become near condition. Okay? So this is what we say, internal. So you can look at it this way: near condition, far condition, event conditions. Okay? Same. So you can look at it this way or that way. It's fine. Internal, external, event, or for near, far, event. Same. No problem. Okay? So you can do it in a very lively and flexible way. Okay, look at it this way, the relationship. I showed you the diagram. Internal, external, and between internal and external, when we work together, is the event. We work out for the event. And the suffering, cause of suffering, cessation of suffering, ways to cease suffering, ways leading the cessation of suffering. So you look at it this way, can you see? Dependent origination and non-self. You infuse the emotional wealth, loving kindness, compassion, appreciative joy. They infuse the tools to execute things, seeing things as they really are. Okay? Then when you shine light to this platform, and then the light come out. Oh, there's the potential is very vast. This is our secretary's creativity. Xiao sister Shang Fang, she thinks this is you bring out a lot of immense potentiality. Okay, so this is when she showed me this, I said, okay, not bad. It was a good idea, you know. You go into the universe, you know, vast, for you to explore. Unlimited, if you do like that. Okay? So now, I would like you all to come up with issues and questions, how to apply this. And let me tell you a clue that this formula need not be applied in this manner. You can always approach it from various angles. But without case study, I cannot show you, because the more I show you, the more you get confused. Only with actual case, you bring up a case about leadership issue, a leadership problem, family, or friends, or company, or organization, or even nation. You can. Then I show you how to approach this in various ways. Okay, please.
I was assigned to lead the project, the daycare center by Bhante Budara Gita.
What center?
The daycare center.
Oh, daycare center.
Nearby here, the Sungai Ara 1. We have rented the place. We're going to set up the daycare center. So as what Bhante say, the ecosystem, Dhamma ecosystem. So I went to listen to Bhante Maṅgala, your video, in YouTube. So that is to support. So maybe can we use this as a case study, because we're going to start. It can be used. It haven't happened, but we're going to set up.
Okay.
Because after I listen, this is you say 4 region, so this is in the 3rd region that to support the elderly care.
Okay. Okay. So, okay, Jan, how are we going to approach this project, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, if you want to look at it from project, we look at it as an event, as the first thing we approach, right? Okay. So, instead of going by dependent origination, this one, we put the event first. Okay, event is the main thing. Okay. So, but before we approach the event, you ask yourself, am I the internal condition? So if you are the leader there, you are going to lead this project. So you are the internal condition. So identify first. Okay? The project is your event. Okay? Or event or whatever you call it a project also can. You just call it a project. Okay? In the place of event conditions. Okay? And for you, it's very clear. It's near condition or internal condition, right? Because you are the leader. You lead it. Okay? Then what are your team members or your helpers? Do you know them? Someone that you need to work together. You know, whether they are commercial force or maybe they are volunteers. You know, you need to know them. You need to identify all the relevant conditions that need to get involved. Maybe someone who can share their experience with you. Someone who have done the daycare before. And someone who knows how to apply Dhamma in children's matter, right? Daycare is about children, right?
It's elderly.
Elderly daycare.
Yeah. Actually, the idea start is because the devotee want to come to center for the meditation or whatever. But their home they has elderly, nobody to take care.
Okay.
So we are to support center.
Okay. So if that's the case, now it's become clearer. Okay. The internally, you know already. Externally is mainly people who work with you. The Nifa condition who work with you, who may not know Dhamma leadership, who may not have the selfless, altruistic kind of a mentality to serve. You may just need to employ kakak, right? Maybe a nurse, right? So let's say this will be a helper. Maybe the devotees will contribute donations. Okay? So you may have this. And then what else? Maybe you need to have some understanding on this beneficiary or in the daycare. The old people, they come from different background, elderly people, they need to be taken care of in the daycare center, right? So these are all far conditions. Okay? So you need to understand yourself first. Then after you need to understand all these far conditions, then only you proceed to achieve your project, to materialize the project. Okay. Now yourself. Starting from yourself, near condition. You start with. Sorry, so the 内缘 the 内缘 can see the first one is internal or near condition. 外缘 is external far condition. 事物 means the project you continue. So the Chinese 缘起无 sorry, I don't have it in English. I this not prepared for it. Sorry, this is a mistake. It's okay. So 缘起无 this is dependent origination and non-self. Internally, you need to prepare these three qualities first. If you want to initiate lead the whole team, see the combination change already. Instead of starting with the qualities, we start with the condition related internally, externally, and the project. Okay. Then from there, internally, do I have these three core qualities? If I don't have these three core qualities, I get easily hurt. I don't feel happy. Then, and my qualities which I need to materialize a project may be shaky. When I get a rebuff, a setback, then I may get disheartened. Then how to do it? Along the journey, you may have a lot of difficulties you don't know. Let's say, better be more prepared than less prepared. So more prepared means prepare for the worst. Okay? So, then let's say you want to cultivate dependent origination on non-self. Then what is the problem in that cultivation? If you face difficulty, then you need to know what are the obstacles in the process of cultivating it. And how should I cultivate? One is, for example, you want to cultivate dependent origination and non-self understanding. First, you need to cultivate Sutta Maya Panya first. Okay? You think maybe I need to have better grasp of the concept. Because no direct experience, I need to have better grasp of the concept. Then, when you practice it, you find not easy to practice sometimes. Maybe the ego arise, let's say ego arise, unpleasant feeling arise. Then the non-self is difficulty. Okay? So maybe the faith is not enough. Some is even you remember, you cannot do it. Then maybe the force of understanding is not deep enough. Another way is you cannot practice it because you know very well, but it hasn't become habitual. Or just forget it outright. You know you should practice, but whenever you remember, you can do. But when you forget, you cannot do. You get upset, you get affected, the self arise. Then if you can identify your reason of not applying this Dhamma is forgetfulness, then you do frequent reflection. Remind yourself 1 day 3 times, something like that. But if you really, even when you remember you cannot do it, then maybe your understanding, the issue, the mistake goes to the understanding. Okay, then the end result is you want to cultivate this wisdom and apply them. Okay? You want to apply this wisdom. So sometimes you can see the benefits. If I can apply this wisdom, how nice. I don't get hurt. Unhurtable quality. How nice. So when you rejoice and think about, how nice if I have this quality. The more you think like that, the easier you cultivate these qualities. And you rejoice over your little progress. Little progress. How fast you recover from a mistake. How far you recover from a setback. Okay? Then, this is the way to achieve. How to cultivate you. If you know your cause of the problem, then you know how to cultivate. All you need to do is just remove the cause, reverse it. Then you can do it. Okay? Then you can cultivate this quality. Similarly for metta, karuna, mudita, upekkha, you need to really cultivate to have this towards these all beings, towards the suffering beings, towards the needy, those who need your service, need this project. Have real care. I want them to know it. Okay? Then your metta, karuna, mudita arise. But at the same time have upekkha. Upekkha in the sense that, things, even when you do something very good for other people, people may not cherish it. Not everyone may cherish it in the same way, with the same weight. So then you cultivate. Then if you feel suddenly today I seem to have lost feelings towards others. I don't have, maybe someone say some bad words to you, some discouraging words to you, or despising. Then you may feel, I don't know, why should I do? I don't earn money from this project. Why should I do this? I might as well go and. Then when you realize that, let's say if that happened to you, then you must look into the cause of it. The cause of it. The cause, it may be lack of readiness to, lack of awareness of what are to come. What are to come? You lack of that awareness. In fact, if we can develop awareness, well, when I get involved in this kind of charity work, and sure, there will be someone who appreciate and someone who don't appreciate, and there will be someone who take things for granted. So we look at it this way. Yeah, very good. So like that. So then you can overcome your difficulty and really cultivate a real metta, karuna, mudita, upekkha. And also can do the daily practice and reflection. Aware, do up to kamasaka. Okay? Then seeing things as they really are. So for that, you may tell yourself, I don't try to fancy about the success or whatever. I just want to be realistic. Then talk to people who really know this stuff. They care. What are the real challenge that you may face? Try to investigate and search and do a research so that you don't fancy the easiness, how, no. You just can really face up the reality of running a project, which anything can pop up, unexpected, beyond your expectation. So with that, then you have these 3 qualities. Okay? If you don't see, then do to overcome what obstruct you from seeing things as they really are. And then of course you need to have the courage, confidence, the readiness to, to take any setbacks or whatever. So after you have equipped yourself with the Dhamma powers, three big categories. One is the rationality, the one is the emotional, one is the ability. Ability. The seeing things really comes under ability. Okay. So if you have any difficulty in deep cultivation, apply the methodology, the problem, the cause of problem, and then the goal you want to achieve, know what is achievable, and then the way to achieve it. So slowly you can bring up this strength. After you have the Dhamma powers, and after you are able to see things as they really are, then you need to work out the external. Who are the people that can be of help to me? Who are the people that I actually need help? People with money, people with talents, people with that kind of altruistic mentality. If they don't have that, what to do? Then cultivate in them, inspire them with your strength. That's why when you have no strength, you cannot inspire others. You see, as I told them, because I enjoy my monkhood, so I inspire people to join. Yeah. But if I don't enjoy my monkhood, I think it is I wouldn't have the confidence to tell people, please be a monk, be a nun. How? If you yourself thinking about this rope, how to tell people, So that's a realistic part, So if you have enriched yourself full of Dhamma powers and full of that quality, then try to impart that, spread your influence to those people so that they can share your vision and share your mission, Then after that, you slowly. But if you want to help the external force, let's say you recruit someone who is very knowledgeable in this field. Okay? Someone is very knowledgeable, had a lot of experience in daycare, but selfish. Okay? Selfish. Yeah, it is likely, This is likely. Or maybe people who do that for name and fame. So it will be very different to our ideal, our principles, our underlying logic in Dhamma Earth. So how? You have to bring up this in that person or that group of people. You have to influence them so that everyone will come and share and work as one mind or something like that, as close as possible, and share the values as much as possible. So again, these values is important for the team to succeed. If everyone is selfish, it's difficult. If you do it without love, it's difficult. If you are not able to see what are the issues involved, what are the relevant qualities involved, it's very difficult. So help them. How to help them? Again, you use the formula methodology. The suffering, what is the problem? What is their problem for not being able to live up to this standard? The cause of it. And then make them see it is possible that they can have these qualities. And make them see and maybe even visualize that how nice, what kind of personality they can achieve in themselves after this project. If you can let them feel this project is a good training and good practice of Dhamma, we take this project, the process of taking this project as a Dhamma practice. That at the end of it, not only you will earn a lot of merit, you earn a character. That character is a big wealth for you life after life. If you can inspire them to see this, the potential of one project in Dhamma cultivation, in affecting all your lives and future lives as well. The merit is really wonderful. Then when people have real dreams, realistical, realizable dreams, people work better. And people, they can bring out the best potential in them. When you can bring out the best potential in yourself, you know how to bring out the best potential in others. And of course, not everyone responds to you right away. Right? So at that time, don't get shaken because you have a dependent origination and non-self understanding within you. So, people change. People take time to change. Some people, they will change and pick up the good things just by having a picture of success, a dream, a visionary ideas, they can transform. But some people you need to produce some small part of the dream. Produce and let the person see hopeful. Then the next, when people succeed, then every future effort is built upon the past effort, especially the success of past effort. Then it becomes easier and easier. You may not be, let's say you have a 5% or 10% in your team members. You may not be able to influence all 10 all right away. But if you can find one or two who has a more natural inclination, instinct, qualities for this, then you bring up the easy one first. Do the easy job first. Then slowly, when others see the transformation of 1 or 2%, then they also feel good. That transformation is good. So they also follow suit. Okay? Then slowly you change your team and upgrade your team, the Dhamma powers of your team. Then you can, and then also you need to know those people that you want to help, what they need, how they feel, and choose the better case. Better case means people with moral. People with moral and with good virtues, usually more deserving. And helping people who are more deserving is easier to start with before you take up difficult cases. Now, it can be like that. You maybe first 2 weeks, try the easy work first. Then the next 2 weeks, a little bit. Then after that, open up. You can do like that. Okay? Then, if your team work with you in a united way and share your dream, share your vision, and then share the methodology, then and the joy especially, then we work. Okay, how much money we need? That's a technical part already. How much money we need, location, place, whatever, same. Okay, so like that. What are the difficulties? How to overcome? Step by step you can do. Okay. But whenever you face any difficulties, you can apply the methodology. 2 sets of cause and effect. Cause and effect for problem and cause and effect for goal. Okay. Like that. Okay? Roughly like that. Roughly like that. Any other people who have? Okay, good. Sister is translating for everybody. Dependent origination, non-self, D-O-N-N-S. Then suffering, cause of suffering, cessation of suffering, the ways leading to the cessation of suffering, or path also can. So same, some formula. Okay, anyone want to come up with other example? Okay, sister.
Bhante, I encounter these problem or cases. When I'm start learning Dhamma, one of the Dhamma friends who share with me, if you are going for dinner or whatsoever occasions, that they serve wine or whatever. So
Sorry?
they serve alcohol whatsoever.
Okay.
So when we need to keep 5 precepts. So they advise me, you only done 4 precepts and you skip the last one. So you are not breaking the precept. So, meeting up these kind of people, what should I share with them? How should I convince them or, tell them this is the correct way to guide them?
No, you tell them, it's just like the seatbelt, Do you wear the seatbelt for the police or you wear the seatbelt for yourself? Right or not? So same. I take the precepts not for other people, So it is for my benefit. So if I see the benefit in it, then why should I cheat myself? Yeah, whether you take the precept or break or not break, karma is still the same. You drink the liquor, you get drunk, all the same. It doesn't make a difference. Only when we take the precepts, it's like commitment. It strengthens our ability to keep it. Just that. You know, if you kill, taking the precepts or not taking the precepts, same. Okay? Killing is killing. The result will be the same. So, why should I make a fool of myself by trying to outsmart the Buddha? You see, I don't want to do that because it's harmful for myself. I love myself. I don't want to harm myself. So why should I do that? Okay? You can outsmart. You think you can outsmart other people. Actually, in terms of cause and effect, natural laws, no one can outsmart natural law. Understand? Okay, yeah. Help them see, you help them see what you see for this part. Okay?
Bhante, whenever I take 8 precepts, if I cook something for the tomorrow one, maybe say I cook some sauce or soup base, can I taste it? Consider eating or breaking precept?
When you taste, you break.
Oh, taste
you break. Yeah. Don't taste. Just tell yourself, good or bad taste, never mind. Smell no problem because the 8% refers to, when you swallow it, But some people say taste and then I spit out and don't swallow it. But I think, I don't know. When you get a taste, you get it. I think so. But you can ask the Vinaya expert lah. Some people say it come from here. So, but still we don't let it go into the mouth. Yeah. No need to taste lah. Your food is always good. I think not bad, Yeah, you can cook quite well. Don't worry. You're so experienced in cooking already. Just guess. Throw it. A little bit more salty. It's okay. No problem. No problem. Chewing gum. Chewing gum you swallow. Sure, you swallow. Somehow something go in, Yeah, something go in. No. Food is food. Food, it doesn't. No. It's smelling food. So that means you think about food, you are break precept already, right? No, not like that. You are talking about 6. I know what you mean. Smelling. No, it means eating. Eating. So it means eating. This precept refers to eating. Refers to eating. Okay.
Bhante, I have a question about how to interpret the Four Noble Truths. We have suffering and we need to understand the cause of suffering. How do we explain the cessation of suffering? Because let's say I give an example like a kid is addicted to computer games. So of course we know in long term they will suffer and the cause of suffering is the attachment. Then how do we explain the cessation of suffering? Of course, the way to stop the suffering is the fourth one, the way, right? But then I just cannot relate the third one.
The third one means their addiction gets solved, something like that.
Yeah, but but then it's just like cannot connect the second and the fourth. I know the attachment, but my suffering will not be stopped. Even I know that it is a craving is not right. So how do I relate?
Then you have to help you. If you know the cause is the addiction, is the craving for the games, then you must find a way to help the person, help the child to be free from that craving, particular craving to the game. So one approach we use, I used before for my nephew, is I brought him to do more exercise, outdoor activities, and then because the qi flow better and healthier, then he no longer has so much craving for the game. Because I realized that his craving for the game was because life is dull. and then he has no chance to what you call that, 发泄, to release his inhibition that he suffer. So he just have to anchor the mind with something, games or whatever. But when I brought him here and there and exercise to go into the nature, then he became healthy. He was not, when his mind has something healthy to anchor upon, then literally he could overcome that strong pull of the gaming things. So in this way, it may not solve the fundamental craving, but that particular craving could be replaced, by another better object, healthier object. Like that.
The 4 elements, like the first one is suffering, then the cause of suffering, cessation of suffering. After that, it's a way to lead. I just cannot relate I don't know how to answer my question. The second,
you don't need to use the word suffering also. No, it's 2 sets of cause and effect. Suffering represent the problems, the problems that you face. So when you have a problem, you need to tackle it. You need to know the cause of the problem. So cessation can mean not only nibbana, it can also mean the overcoming of the problems. It can also mean the ideal you want to achieve. So the way leading to the ideal you want to achieve, like that, no? 2 sets.
break it 2 sets.
Like for our sister, she was entrusted by BR, Venerable BR for the project. Okay, so you don't start with the problems. You start with the goal. The goal is the project. Okay, everyone want to achieve. That's the goal. Okay, so the way leading to the goal. Then when you study the way leading to the goal, you may encounter problems. Then you may encounter some problem. Then only the problems comes in. You first have the goal. You don't always have the problem first. Because you have the goal, then the problem surface later. So you start with your goal and you start to look for the ways to overcome the goal, to achieve the goal. So let's say you go for the goal. So when you want to achieve the goal, then you may need to consider the relevant factors to achieve it. Okay, let's say now you have a goal, you have the way leading to the goal. So now I want to achieve this way. So before I see any problem, I have not seen any problem yet. So, but possible there will be problems. Okay, put aside the problem before it surfaces. Okay, you can also look to foresee it. But if you don't see it, you can put it aside. So you want to work on the ways leading to it. So the ways leading to it, what are the ingredients involved? Who are the people involved? When you want to fulfill something, there will be people to execute it. So internally, externally, then only you talk about how to work together for that. So internally, I want to work out this journey. Okay, but what are the things that I lack? So first, the 3 things cover it first. Make sure you have the dependent origination and non-self wisdom. Okay? Cultivate internally that. Then cultivate the emotional balance. Make sure you have that. And make sure you see things as they really are. That what are the difficulties, including foresee problems, or get ready for issues, maybe governmental, things, in the procedural things that you need to consider. In this way, seeing things as they really are. Then you may also realize that this project requires some kind of integrity, resilience, the willingness to sacrifice, to work without money, not for money, things like that. So you have to look for such qualities among the people, someone who share the values together. So you can see, you can always start from anywhere you want to start. If you start with a project, yes, then the path leading to the success of the project. And then when you look down the path, then you know what are the elements required. Always there will be near condition, far condition. Then only you talk about the actual case, actual things. Then when you want to solve the near condition, see what is lacking. What are the things? The human quality, the Dhamma powers that is required. Okay, 3 big categories only, but there are a lot of qualities required. Okay, then when you see you lack any qualities, then work out how can I develop these qualities. Yeah. Then you use the formula again. Like that. So very lively. You don't always start here or start there. Depends on how you approach an issue. Okay? Okay, please, brother. Okay, yeah, give the mic.
Hello. Bhante, I have a question regarding Dhamma leaders. So, I think in a lot of organizations, there are a lot of Dhamma leaders. So, what happens if a Dhamma leader commits a misconduct to the devotees? So, whether to solve it internally or to solve it externally, as in like to expose to the public and to the police case. If let's say in this case, if you expose it to the public, then this will bring a very bad reputation to Buddhism, and also bad reputation to the public as well. So what would be the wise way to solve this issue?
Okay. Wait, now, okay, look at this. Okay, you start with the problem, right? Problem. Okay. 苦就是 problem, okay, suffering, then internal, okay. This is dependent origination and non-self. Okay, that is metta karuna mudita upeka. Okay, then see things as they really are. Okay. Yatha bhutang jnana dasana. Okay lah, okay. Seeing things as they really are. Yatha bhutang jnana dasana. Okay, seeing things as they really are. Okay. So now, this suffering, this problem, it doesn't start internally, right? Let's say you are the person who asked this question. So you are internal, You are the person, let's say you are in the organization. But that issue is not yours. It's from someone else. Okay? So the problem starts externally. Okay? It is a problem. Which is the problem is 事物, the events. Okay? That is the problem. Okay? The suffering, the problem happened, this event, external. So now, if you are the one who asks the question, you are always the internal. Okay? Because we always start from what I can do. You don't go and ask the question what he can do. You see, when you ask the question, you always ask what I can do in this situation. It is not my problem, but it affects everybody. But I'm part of the team. Okay? So now you know the event is about misconduct. Okay? Misconduct of leaders. This is the event. So the suffering, the problem is this misconduct of the event. So who are the external people involved? You may find 2 groups. One is the problem maker, the leaders. Okay. One is those victims. These are also the external, right? Okay, now you know. So now you want to dissect the problem. Okay. Again, you can go, whom you should approach first? First, yourself. As a team member, I want to help the team to cleanse it from this problem. But make sure I have these qualities. Because to do anything, to achieve anything, anyone who initiates the solution, you must always have these 3 big groups of qualities. The unhurtable quality, the happiness you have within. Whatever happens, the whole world collapses, I have an internal composure. peace of mind within myself. This ability you need to have. The whole world may collapse, the organization may collapse. People may all turn bad and evil. That's their business. I don't get shaken. I will be a noble person and good heart myself with Dhamma power. Otherwise, if you don't do that, there's no way you can solve any problem. You may just end up entangled and mess up with the problem that you want to solve. So be detached, dependent origination. Everyone, whatever people do, they have their cause and they have their effect. Okay? Yeah. There's nothing to do with your liberation. If you want to achieve liberation, you want to realize Nibbana, well, people want to go to hell, they don't shake your journey. So be aloof and detached. Otherwise, you cannot approach any problem if you are entangled emotionally. So then you have a metta, karuna, mudita, upekkha towards everybody, towards the wrongdoer and towards the victims. Okay? Try to be equal. That is the tough part. You love them all the same. The mistake happened. These victims, the reason that they end up as victims, there must be some past causes. And the person who creates a new cause of suffering, that is due to the ignorance as well. So you know they are all dependent originated. The evil and the suffering also dependently originated. So you are detached. You are looking at the problems like a doctor looking at the tumor. You don't get so passionate about it. You want to solve, but you don't get entangled. Okay? You can look at it objectively. What is the cause of this disease? And how I can solve it? What are the possibilities? Instead of thinking, oh, this is my relatives, this is my beloved ones, then you cannot. You see? So emotionally have this dependent origination and non-self wisdom. And then the compassion for the wrongdoers and compassion for the victims. Okay? One is suffer the result of the karma, one is creating new bad karma. Okay? Have compassion. In this case, compassion is particularly necessary. Of course, have the upekkha as well. Because if you don't have the equanimity, if your compassion comes with a lot of attachment, then you can have a problem. You may force your way against the force of nature. Then you need to see things as they really are. How to see things as they really are? Remember the principle manifested by the Buddha throughout his life is whether the Buddha took action or remained in action, he always worked for the betterment of things, or at least not make them worse. In this situation, you may not have a chance to make things better. Something wrong and some bad things has already happened. You cannot make things better, but you can avoid making things worse. And what is the possibility in front of you? What are the possibilities in front of you? Of course, help the victims and help the person the wrongdoer. Okay? And what are the possibilities that we can change the situation? And how serious can it be? If it is a criminal issue, then of course sometimes you cannot avoid. It's a country law that take over. That's too bad. There's nothing much you can do about it. If it is a criminal issue. But if it is a moral issue, purely moral, then of course the evildoer, the wrongdoers will suffer the result of karma. So do something, look at the victim as well. I give you an example. At one time, someone reported to me, she got raped by father. Okay? She got raped by her father. Repeatedly. Throughout a considerable period of time. So, she asked me what to do. I say, because with the intention that I want to make things better, I want the victims to come out of the problems. And also I have the compassion to her father. So I asked her, what do you want? What do you want? What kind of outcome is agreeable to you? I say, if you really want to go by the law, yeah, get your father into the jail, and let him learn the lesson. But there's quite a process to achieve, to fulfill the lawsuit and these things, and to prove the evidence. And there's a lot of complicated things involved. Then you must be ready how possible it is. If you initiate a court case, and make sure you succeed. Don't go halfway. Going halfway is pain for nothing. If you want, you make sure you can succeed. You are able to deliver the evidence convincingly and this. But because it happened in the family scenario, I realized it was quite not easy to deliver evidence if the father just simply denied outright and saying that, So I say, can you foresee that? But assuming that you succeed in accusing your father, do you think that is the result you want? He said, no, I still love my family. I still want the family to survive, to keep, Otherwise, it will split. It will definitely split. The father and the mother will divorce and things. She says, I still, even though it is not a good family, but I still want the family. This lady thinking, which is, for me, it's a bit difficult to understand, because I thought if a father is so evil, better run away. But she still felt he ran me out. I don't want him to go to jail. He is bad, but I don't want to suffer, but I don't want him to suffer. So is it or not? So if I told her that, oh yeah, the police way, because he's a criminal, I go by the law way, legal way, I think that at the end of the day, she will blame me for giving her the advice that eventually produced the result which she didn't want. So I say, if you cannot bear to, you think you will suffer more if the family break up. You will suffer more than being raped by the father. Being raped by the father, she didn't suffer so much. She believed she could suffer more if the family break up. So what can I do? I say, okay, if that's the case, then you find a way not to prolong this raping. Not to allow it to happen again. If you feel so bad about it, you think it's what we call that 乱伦啊，乱伦是 the English word is what? Incest. If you think this incest is is so difficult to bear for you, then find a way to get out. Find a way to get out. So I gave her that advice. I say, I cannot tell you to go the legal way, because my job is not to decide for you, When I give counseling, I don't make decisions for people. I just tell you, if you do this, I tell you what I foresee, what will be the outcome, and you choose whether you want that outcome. If you do that, what is possibility? What are the things involved, and the karma involved, and the practical things may happen in the world, that outcome. So I gave her a few possibility, and I say, you choose for yourself. You don't have a perfect answer out of that situation. You don't have a perfect answer. Then I think she didn't go to police. She just chose to maybe find a way to solve her own problem. I say, yeah, if that's the case, you cannot accuse your father. That's it. In fact, in some countries, there are laws that you cannot. They don't want they want to protect the family relationship, so they don't legally. A few countries I think Western country, they don't allow the children to stand as a witness against the father and mother. They, because if that witness will be inadmissible for the in the court. I remember that, right? We studied something like that, So it is not allowed. In some country, they don't allow the close relationship to stand in the court as a witness against the close people. If you saw things like that, so we don't know. Okay, so in that case, coming back to that case, if you're in an organization when that happened, you just look at the various possibility. Okay, after you see things as they really are, there are these possibilities, and then you also try to understand the victims and try to understand the wrongdoer. Of course, that wrong must be stopped. That's beyond question. I think no one sensible people will say, well, it's okay, for the better good, we let it happen again and again. No one will do that. No one will say that. What is if a wrong is repeated, it's very dangerous. But what kind of wrong? If it is a minor precept or it is a big precept, let's say, or no precept if it's a lay person, but maybe something we don't know. So, I don't know what the more. If you don't have more details about what you mentioned, we can only just roughly tell like that the principles. But if you know the details, we will tackle the details, point by point. But if not, then in principle, is to try to make things better and not worse. But better and not worse, not only for this issue. If the issue is not solved, the harm can. We have to foresee the harm can go to everybody, the whole body. So, definitely, the borderline is to stop it. Then how much that person should, the wrongdoer should pay for the wrongs? That's another question, But eventually, all will pay for their wrongs. Everyone will pay for their wrongs, I think this is very clear. Cause and effect. No one can escape the mistake and the wrong that he or her commits. The result is sure to come. You can avoid it for a while, you will not avoid forever. That is for sure. But if you can, you see, in life, certain things we leave it to the natural law to solve. It is some certain things. It is not for humans to put it right. But we can only go by the law only. Okay? So the law serves a purpose to prevent, to rehabilitate, to deter, and to punish. So for Buddhist perspective, punish purpose is not so much of our purpose. We don't work to punish people, but nature will punish. So it is not my job. Our job is to deter. This is the most important, to stop it happen again, deter. And to prevent the similar things happen again. Deter means someone have not done it, but seeing that someone get punished or someone get the consequence of the result of their karma, then others do not dare to come in. Deter. Prevent is in the sense that the person, sometimes you prevent the person from repeat it again. You know this person is prone to such a mistakes, such an evil. No, you prevent it. That's why they put the people in jail. So when you're locked up, no, you cannot do it again. You have no chance to do it again. Okay, this prevent. And another role of the law is to rehabilitate. This person cannot help himself, like drug addicts. They cannot help themselves. So they need to be cured. It's a disease in them. They need to be healed. Like that. So from the Buddhist perspective, all defilements need, from the kind perspective, compassionate perspective is all defiled mind need to be rehabilitated. That's why the Dhamma is work toward that. So when there's someone who is what you call it, 刽子手, what is that? The one who executioner, execute people, cut off, executioner, and kill so many people, And one day, this person saw Venerable Sariputta pass by, He saw, I've done all the bad things in my life, all the killing. No, not Angulimala, the executioner, all the killing. So now, I have a chance to offer to the chief disciple of the Buddha. So he invited Venerable Sariputta and listened and offered donations. Venerable Sariputta has a lot of compassion for him. Instead of thinking that you do all the dirty job, you deserve it, go ahead. No. The Venerable Sariputta has a lot of compassion. Whether you are evil doer, you are the good people, for the Arahants, they have equal love for everybody. The most evil people or the kindest person in the world, same. Because it's just being. They are all dependently originated. Whatever their defilements and their kindness also dependently originated. So with that, Venerable Sariputta have the compassion. Okay, you invite me, I go to your house and eat the food. After eating the food, Venerable Sariputta took the opportunity to give the Dhamma. Then the executioner, the mind was blurred, couldn't focus. Because keep thinking, all the bad things I've done in my life, I kill. Couldn't. The mind was not settled. So this Venerable Sariputta still have the compassion and ask it, devotees, dear devotees, you seems to be so unsettled in your mind. You don't have the peace. So what happened? Then he said, I was thinking of all the killing that I've committed in my life, so I couldn't focus on the teaching. Venerable Sariputta asked, did you kill it on your own initiative? Kill them on your own initiative, or because it was all ordered by the king? Then he thought, I was ordered by the king to kill. Then why you think so much? Please focus on the teaching. Why you think so much? You don't do it on your own initiative. Actually, still got bad karma, But Venerable Sariputta used a very skillful way to help the person feel a bit more relief that, I don't do it on my own initiative. I was ordered to do it. I just carry out instruction. So he felt the relief. I didn't do it not from my own initiative. I did it upon order only. So he focused on the Dhamma and became Sotapanna Sakadami, After that, and he reborn in heaven. This person got good parami, And when this was known to the Sangha, people say, how could it be possible? Such a killer, killed so many people and still could attain the Dhamma, Then Venerable, the Buddha said, Venerable Sariputta is wise. Venerable Sariputta is wise. It is a fortune that for anyone to meet a wise teacher that can, even though something like that, the burden can be heavy, but if you meet a very real wise man, it is still possible to lift you out of that mud. So in that sense. So this story tells us what? Tells us that the Arahant's behavior, being or not, those who have overcome the ego, those who don't have a self, their love towards all beings are impartial. Without discriminating, you are victims or evildoers. So with that heart, we try to emulate this kind of behavior towards people. Whatever happens, we try to have the same love towards the victim and the evildoers. Not easy, not easy. But if you look for the ultimate good answer, I will tell you this. But how much you can achieve up to that level is individual. But this is the ideal answer for any difficult situation. Have a compassion, equal compassion for evildoers and for the victims. Because you look at the victim as very pitiful, but the fact that this person ended up as a victim today was also due to the evil done in the past. So it's just two sides only, because the cause and the result may be go through a very long time frame. So it's a long. So you don't see it, you feel like this is pitiful. But the evildoer is pitiful as well. So if you look at it this way, then it's possible to have compassion for both. And wish them well, and ask what is best for the evildoer, what is best for the victim. And then you may find an answer. What are the options involved? But definitely the cause of suffering must be stopped. If it cannot be stopped, then we are not solving the problem. If you want to solve the problem, we need to stop the evil decisively. Okay, so for the case that people brought it to me, the victim brought to me, I just gave her the options. I said, you don't have a best answer in the world, so you ask yourself, if you don't want the harm to be repeated, you must stay away from a father, run away or something. But if you still want the family to be intact, so maybe you can visit your father from time to time, forgive him, but don't give him another chance to repeat the incest. So look forward. And whatever he did, whatever bad karma, he will be the result of his karma. But you don't want, as a daughter, you don't want to be the person that make his bad karma manifest, produce a result immediately. So if you don't want to be that person, so don't do. But he will get his result of his karma. He will get the father who did this incest to the daughter will have bad karma, surely. Cause the daughter to suffer so much. Sure, he has his bad karma. But do you really want to be the medium or the one instrumental in producing the result, the cause, and make the result manifest? Is your choice. Since I came to know dependent origination, I didn't bother to act as a judge. I don't want to do that. I think natural law will be the best judge. But I am a very practical person. Bad things should not be given a free fall. We should stop it. Universal law of attraction.
I'm considering on three aspects. The Buddha's teaching, the universal law of attraction, and the cosmic energy.
Yeah. If you want to, this is not directly related to our topic, but if you want to talk about it, possible. But can we finish our topic first about leadership? Okay? Otherwise, it becomes a Dhamma talk session. Yeah. Because I want to solve all the leadership things first. I can answer your question, but later. It's okay? Okay, come.
Just about you mentioned about karma. In my career, I'll be act like the king, but I don't kill, I sack. So I've been sacking a lot of people. Now I'm thinking from the compassion part. My job, he's not performing, he's get a salary, he's not doing the job. After warning letters or that, we fire the person. Then that will be a cause of a suffering in his family or her family. Because we cut off as a breadwinner. So it's karma. I sound like a king, right?
Depends on the mind, how you work it out. Depends on your mind. If I were to be in your position, let's say I'm not in the monk's position. In a monk's position, that's why be a monk, you don't get entangled in all these messy things, So if you're not happy with your life, join me as a monk, So, but if I were to be in your position, I would look at it this way. I'm running a company. I'm not running a charity. A company cannot survive if it doesn't make profit. At least must break even. Okay? A company cannot survive if it doesn't make profit. So, if I lead my company in the way I run a charity, sure, this company will collapse. So when the company collapses, all will lose the rice bowl. Everyone. So, what is the worst evil? The worst evil is the company collapse. So in order to keep the company functioning well and effectively, everyone needs to perform. Everyone. Just like recently I told the Dhamma workers, everyone needs to perform. There's no such thing that someone can hide behind the effort of the rest and lay back and be lazy. There's no. Everyone must perform to deliver what we call that values. Everyone must deliver values in order to earn the bread. So if you don't deliver the values, you don't deserve to stand in that position anymore. So, but of course, if you are a compassionate boss, try to help the person to change. I help you to see, where you are, how, now come on, I tell you that this for this kind of salary and this kind of position, this kind of performance is required from you. So if you don't deliver, then I will do that. I let you choose your own position that fit, that reduce your income. And I know you want to earn the bread, yes, but you don't deserve so much bread. So either you upgrade your performance or you lower your position. So I let you choose what you want. Give the person an option, a choice. Maybe 3 months' time and see how you perform. Then try to be compassionate. But I tell you, this position requires this performance. And if you don't come up with this performance, then it's an action of your own choice. You choose to take a lower position. Will you agree to it? If you don't agree to it, I give you a lower position, a janitor. Sorry, or maybe something else. So, do you think that's agreeable to you? But I say, but not in your current position. So if you think that's not agreeable, you choose to quit. I just set the condition clear. This position requires equivalent to this kind of performance. That position equivalent to that performance. So you ask how much you deliver, you choose. Let you position yourself. But if you think still cannot, I'm not sacking you. I'm just saying that you don't come up to it. If you don't come up to it, the company will collapse because everyone is a screw in the company. Play a part in the machine, in the whole machine. The machine must function. If the machine collapses, just because I want to be compassionate to save a screw, no way. So you can, with an open heart, with a loving heart, and take a stern action. And that stern action is not because you don't care about the welfare of the person. But how much can I care if the whole company corrupt? If the whole company goes down, collapse, everyone lose their good prospect, their livelihood. So we cannot let this thing to come to us. So if there's a boss as a leader, if I foresee this, I need to make a change. You don't see it, there's a problem. But as a leader, we foresee many things that other people don't foresee. So if I foresee, I share what I foresee to you and alert you. But if you still take things for granted, take time easy, no, nothing bad will happen to me, I say sorry. You cannot be a non-functional screw. You need to function. Otherwise, don't take the position of this screw. Take another position, but not this position. This position is so crucial for the success that it requires certain performance and ability. Like that. So I would rather let the person sack themselves. Let the people sack themselves. I tell you, this is required of you. I give you some time to recover, to come up with it. But if you don't, too bad. Then I say, no, not that I want to do that to you, but I need to keep this company alive. So anything that can harm the survival of the company, there's no way I can be close one eye towards it and be blind to it. Not possible. So you can do that. Okay. Be compassionate at the same time. Be very firm in what is required. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, brother. Okay.
Allow me to share some of my experience. I think when I listened to your talk just now, it relates to my work actually. I'm a plastic surgeon that do a lot of cosmetic surgery. So I'm dealing with a lot of patients with a lot of emotional instability and also some background of craving psychiatry type problems. So like what Bhante said, we need to be very careful choosing our client or our patients. So sometimes you get into trouble if you handle those with depression or some underlying problems. So I just give an example. I try to do a scenario to do. Like just before I go to India for the trip, I actually got one mother bring a child for double eyelid surgery.
For what?
Double eyelid surgery. Double
eyelid. Oh, okay, double eyelid.
The daughter is only about 15 or 16.
Serious?
So nowadays the world is changing. So I do double eyelid surgery, but I prefer to do 18. So I just try to. I don't understand, but nowadays the relationship is very different. Parents gifted a daughter birthday gift is double eyelid surgery. so they want since I want to allow her to do, why don't I do earlier sometimes things. So when this start, then actually I tried to convince her to wait until 18. So at the end, she's not happy and left. And then I got a complaint letter from my nurse telling me. So when I reflect back what actually goes wrong, when you look at yourself, we surgeons or professionals, a lot of ego, a lot of self, my idea, my perception, or this client come to ask you for a surgery, plastic surgery to the daughter, whether you think you're right or wrong, it's not your business. So when I carrying this type of perception that why this parent want the daughter to do surgery so early, so I really put a lot of my ego inside. So when I speak, I don't have this compassion, metta. I don't really understand what solution. So I try to convince her not to do, is it? So if I will be non-self, try to look at my ego, I probably will handle it differently. So after I come back from India, after become monk a short while, and nowadays I meditate every morning. So I think that helped me a lot because of mindfulness. So when I handle the daily consultation, especially difficult cases, difficult patients, like those who done a lot of things outside by beauticians, young beautician, aesthetic doctors, I used to handle them very toughly last time because I think other people's complication, why come to me, then I handle is a mess, it's rubbish, I don't want to handle. Same thing, nowadays I try to be looking at my ego first and try to be compassionate. I know inside I probably won't touch them, but I don't want to get a complaint. When we got a lot of ego and handling, sometimes before you even speak, you really show that you don't like them. Yeah. So these type of patients are very sensitive. They are very angry. When they had complication from outside, like disfigure, and they come to seek your help. So sometimes even you don't want to do the surgery, you still have to handle their emotions. So nowadays I try to be just like telling them, yeah, it's not. So 如实直见啊，其实 sometimes our emotion will blind us. Actually, something can be done because we don't want to do it. So we didn't see it. And patients sometimes they also they had a lot of idea given by the beautician. Sometimes like they inject a lot of silicone to their breast. And then the beautician tell them, surgeon can remove it and put an implant in, which is not true, which is because you injected the material, it's like almost impossible to remove it completely. You need to do a mastectomy you need to remove the whole breast. But when every beautician tell them that, surgeon can just take out and put a new implant. So nowadays I try to not to irritate them, but I just tell them, try to make them understand that, show them nicely how we can't really remove it completely, and very sorry, no, I can't do the surgery for you, sort of things. So let them go. So I realized that if we try not to observe our ego, not to be too much of ego inside, and then you can actually see the real situation, whether you can help or you cannot help. Yeah, and then you can try to make the client or the patient understand. Then you look at their inside, whether they can understand the situation. Sometimes we choose patient, we know that we cannot do this patient because they had no insight. They just want to be, one example, in Korean surgeon, they want the Chinese patient, but they hate the Chinese patient because mainland China, they are very rich. Korean patients are different. Korean, they long time to be in plastic surgery. Also, all the patients understand what surgery will have what effect. But mainland China, they are rich. So they come, they just want, I pay you and I get everything done perfectly. So that is a very, very tricky situation to handle. So yeah, just my sharing of how I apply.
Sadhu for the sharing. Yes, if you want to see things properly, sometimes you need to have a lot of internal balance yourself, and then make sure you can see things as they really are. And then you have that ability. Then you apply that on external, the person involved, the relevant person involved, and see what is lacking in them. For example, maybe the mother who brought the 15 years old daughter for the double eyelids operation. So you try to understand what is her emotion, what she needs, and whether the child actually wants it very, very urgently or can just wait a few years, things like that. And you explain properly to them. And if you understand their feelings, sentiments, then maybe they listen to you. Next time, if a similar things happen, try to be patient, be aloof first, and have love and compassion, and then then you are better, more able to feel the mother's needs and the daughter's needs. You know? And then work for the better. You know? Like that, lor. But you're a good doctor, lah. You know, you have a chance to earn money, you don't want to earn, you really care for them, but you present in a way that they don't feel being cared for. You see? That's why they give you a complaint letter. Who are you to do with my moral? Why must you exercise moral judgment upon me? You know, I just pay you and do a job like that. You know, sometimes they may think like that. Yeah, they remind me of my father and mother. My father, my father mother were tailor. You know, so when these Malay guys, they like to wear the jeans. You know. These are youngsters, they are very smart, they want to look smart. So but they like the Lees, you know, the logo of Lee, you know, Lee is Lee. So they went to buy the jeans at an expensive price and came to my father and asked my father to alter, you know, Kai. So my father said, well, if you want a jeans, you just buy the cloth, the jean cloth. I can do for you. Why are you stupid? You know, you go and pay so much and yet you make me do double work, you know. So the Malay youngsters, you know, they get very upset with my father. You know, you have money you don't want to earn and you give me a school, you know. And my mother is different. My mother is, well, it's your business, you know, you like the lease, you want to pay a high price, you pay double for it. So what? It's your business. If you're happy for that small logo, okay. Then my mother charged a double. You know? Then the youngsters asked my mother, oh Nyonya, kenapa begini? Charge dua kali. Then my mother said, tengok, take the zhen. One time, you see, I have to open up the whole, like that, you know, one by one. You see, my work is more than double. I only charge you double. My work is more than double. So sorry, Liz, I have to do that for you. My job is more than double. I only charge you double. So then the Malay youngsters, they are very happy. Nyonya orang baik. You punya suami, saya kasih wang pun dia kasih marah. You know, ini orang baik, Nyonya baik. So yeah, I praise my mother for being kind. And then the youngsters left. Then my mother called me, come, these jeans, okay, 20 cents, 20 cents, open up the whole thing, I will do it. So we were so expert, you know, as a young, you know, tailor's son. I just took a knife instead of the zhen. We don't use zhen, too slow, we use a knife. Just open up the whole thing. 20 cents for one houses. And my mother earned double, you know. And give me 20 cents for that. You know. So we're happy. Then my mother had very good relationship with all these youngsters, you see. The Malay youngsters, you know. But my father, they look at my father scared, you know. My father earned no money and no friendship. My mother earned money and friendship, you see. So I don't know, you remind me of this EQ, my mother. So anyway, so how make things better lah, you know? You want the best thing for other people. My father thinking that you can save money, but just by giving a plain cloth, you know, jeans cloth, I can do everything for you and you save money. But he presented in the wrong way. Then he lost friendship. He made people fear him, you know, and then he didn't earn the money, you know. So sometimes in life, we have to learn to make things better. You know, make things better. Better. If in that situation, see what options you can for the 15 years old child. You know. Okay, come.
Hello. Okay, Bhante, allow me to share my experience. But I'm not mean to comment or critics anybody. Last year's I and my family went to the EKL to meet my brother, Bhante Pekka. Then at that time, then I also invite my uncle. since my brothers becomes monks, he's never met him, so he miss him very much. So
okay.
I invite my uncle just become a Christian to DEKL. But some problem happened when we went there because of the data problem. We cannot communicate. We cannot. We feel difficult to meet because no line. Then my uncles went to the search for the help. Then the volunteer say, we cannot give you the password. We cannot. So my uncle feel helpless because he can't contact any else of us. So I feel regrets about it. Maybe he luckily he didn't feel annoyed.
Oh, you mean the Wi-Fi password?
Yes. Then if maybe you can give him a back impressions about the EKL. Why is why the worker here is so so that even the one password, the Wi-Fi password, they also don't want to give me. Then this is my I feel regret about it also.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. This is
Yeah. Thank you for pointing that out.
then my other relatives also went. Then they feel that some DO like not very welcome them. This is their feeling. This is their feedback for me. Then I just want to console. Maybe they are busy or what. Okay.
I do notice something. I did notice something. Thank you very much, sister. I did notice something. Because we did not have job training, and some are fresh from the universities, and they don't know the ways of the world. And sometimes, in order not to make mistakes, they stick to rules very strictly. The rules is that because the Wi-Fi, there we have a lot of foreign workers as well. And Wi-Fi is, at first we don't want the, yogis to come in, some they have 2 phones. They submit one, they have another phone. They may give their SIM card, submit to the office, but they have their phone, So once they have the password, it will be difficult to control, to chase out the people don't use. This is very difficult, Internet is a big problem. But of course, if I were to be on the spot, I would say this guy come in just for a few hours and go. What is the problem of having? I give you the password also. If I find one day the password, too many people are using the Wi-Fi, I just change password and finish the story. Very easy to be just flexible. They place it for a while, then they change the password. Then the next time, people need to ask the password again, right or not? But sometimes for people who stick to rules, and they forget the human tact, the ad hoc requests, ad hoc needs. So sometimes for some small thing, a bit rigid. That's what I noticed. Then recently I try to correct our Dhamma workers and bring up this attitude. There are a lot of things to correct. So I have to guide in the main principles. And then, if I cannot cultivate the first and second qualities, I cannot impart it in others, in them, then no way I can help them to see things as they really are. Which in your case, is just a one-time business. After that, no more. So what is the problem of using the Wi-Fi for a short while? Then never again. You know. But the thing is, the problem is when people are so inflexible. They stick to rules. They need the rules to feel secure. They need the rules to feel secure. I abide by the rules. Everything go by the rules, so I don't make any mistakes. When you give the person discretionary power, in fact, they feel insecure. How am I going to exercise my discretion? Right or wrong? There's a judgment. That requires more wisdom. Sticking to rules is easy. You know, exercising wisdom is very difficult. You know, liable to be blamed. So that's why I see this among our Dhamma workers. They want to be safe. They want to play safe. But right now, I'm pushing them. I want you to make decision. If you make a wrong decision, come back and you get a lesson from me, and then I teach you how to not to make the same mistake again. But I allow you to make mistake. This is the only way to make people wisen up. You know? Otherwise, they don't develop any ability. But I also can understand the difficulty for people who take over my duty. You know? Because I really understand. Because they feel heavy. The teacher left and go into the practice and leave this to me, everything. So I don't want to mess things up. I want to make sure things are perfectly alright. I don't want to make any mistakes. So the only way not to make mistakes is fix the rules. Then everything go by rules. I don't offend you. It's a rule. Like that only. So now I see this as a problem in service. Service requires a lot of customization. You need to see the needs of different individuals. Otherwise, I don't need humans. I just need AI and computer. In fact, AI also, very flexible, ChatGPT, sometimes they can give very flexible, very good answer. Sometimes I key in the same question twice and 3 times. They come out with different answers, and the next answer usually become better than the previous answer. So it is a human that want to feel safe. So I think in that sense, I don't blame my Dhamma workers. I think sometimes I feel it is my mistake that, as a leader, when we bring them in, but we don't train them. We neglect our responsibility to bring out the best in them. That is why this year I commit myself to serve 10 months up to October, up to the end of the Vasa. Because I feel it is easy to blame but they need a clear direction from the leader. Whether the leader want a 100% safe, flawless performance, or the leaders want them to give them a chance, want them to explore possibilities. But right now I'm doing another more. I want to bring out the best in them. I want them to be decision maker. I want them to exercise discretion. I want them to take risk of making mistakes. I say, what risk can you do? The highest risk is a risk about Dhamma Vinaya. So Dhamma Vinaya is not in your hands. It's in the hands of the elders. So what mistake can you do? Just sometimes you may waste a bit money. I pay the learning fees for you by suffering, by taking up the residual effect of the mistakes. Or something like that. So I feel right now I see the Dhamma workers change a lot. Within a short time. That means their potentialities, the good potential are there. I didn't miss. I saw they are intelligent and smart. But because they all the time work in a way to play safe only. So the play safe not to offend anybody is don't say anything. then don't correct anything. Just mind your own business and play safe. That's the safest way. Yeah. Yeah, there are people in life, they always want to do that. But later I noticed it becomes a disease when it spread. And everyone also don't want to exercise discretion. Everyone plays safe. Ask Bhante, ask Bhante, ask Bhante. I said, no. If everything you ask me, why do I need you? I might as well do it myself. I want you to make decision and take over the responsibility for me. But if you make mistake, I pay the price for you. As a leader, we must pay the price for the subordinates, for followers who make mistakes. If we don't allow them to take any risk to make mistakes, then they never learn. We don't give them a chance to grow. So I bring up the different style of leadership nowadays, and I see the quick change in them. Quick change. To my surprise, quick change. They are intelligent and capable. Just that when you give them the impression that they need to be safe, then everyone acts safe. Now I want you to try out and take responsibility, take risk, and do and act. If you make a mistake, you learn from a mistake. You don't shy away from responsibility. Face it. Be brave. Now these qualities come up. So they have the potentiality. So whose mistake is that? I think the mistake lies in our leadership, ourselves. So we give them the impression that they cannot make mistakes. Like, I don't know, somehow people got the impression about me that, don't go and tell Bhante, complaints, Not that I don't want you to tell complaints. I want people, don't throw your dirt around, which is defilements. No. Before you talk about before you make complaints, for internal people, for outsiders, they can do anything. They can complain in any ways. But for internal, those who undertake training from me, I would like them to solve their defilements first before they speak. And as a decision-making guideline, speak without defilements. Don't ask me to solve a problem and to help you solve a defilement. No. You must solve your defilement unconditionally, whether I solve the problem for you or not. Whether the problem vanish or not. You need to solve your defilements with or without the problems. So in this way, I'm very demanding for that, because it's a high moral and capability demand for internal people. Because we undertake the training of Dhamma. Outsiders don't. Outsiders, we can do something to please them, make them happy, make them feel welcome. But no. So I make a difference between how we regard ourselves and how we regard the newcomers. But I think our Dhamma workers, they fail to see this. They regard everyone, rule. So everyone is the same. I regard the yogis this way, I regard the visitors this way. I think there's a mistake. We should be more lenient to visitors, to first-timer, Just like in Kuching once, we set the rules that men should wear like this, women should wear like that, don't wear too short, don't have your skirt above your knees, things like that, We have certain rules. And even the drawing out. Then one day, one girl wear mini skirt coming, and park the car outside the gate and want to walk in. And one of our committee, he's very rigid-minded, say, wearing mini skirt. Please wait, don't enter. Wait here. 等一下，我去拿沙龙给你穿。So, what a shame the beautiful girl suffer, I wear a beautiful mini skirt, and then you want me to wear a shower over it. I heard that complaints. I really get. I said, how you can do like that? No common sense, huh? I know you guess who lah, Very interesting guy, He's very nice guy, very good. But his mind is no turning. The mind is one straight line, one straight line. When the rule is like that, it means the rule is like that. So how can I allow someone who break the rules to enter the gate? Please wait at the gate. Make sure you get the rules right before you enter the gate. I bring sarong for you. He's so nice. He wanted to give sarong, But he already, the first timer coming, feels so bad, To her, she may feel this is my highest respect to the monastery. I wear in the most beautiful attire I believe to be in. Yeah. Then later I explained to them, these rules, this is a monastery. We have monks, have nuns. It is you go to wear respectfully. But our rules is our guard ourselves. We guard our own eyes, We don't want the whole world to change for our eyes only. Cannot. You see some place people, they want to make the whole people to follow certain rules about attire, Just for your religious practice should be yourself, your own practice. The world are their own. Just like when we go to a taxi driver, sometimes they play music. What can we do? We don't tell them stop. But of course, if it's our kapya, no lah kapya, stop lah, Don't play this music. You are fetching Bhante. But for taxi drivers, outsiders, newcomers, first timers, no, let them play as they like. We guard our mind so that our own purity, rather than changing other people, for ourselves to be able to observe the Vinaya. That's not the teaching of the Buddha. Okay. Like that. Okay. Sorry for that. But sure, if next time come, it will change. In fact, if you encounter anything like this in Dhamma Earth, please voice out to us in the complaint, the email, the earliest time possible. Don't keep it in your heart. Tell us so that we can rectify quickly. Otherwise, we don't know. I only came to know this recently only. Last year I came back, I didn't bother because I was sick. I came back, I saw everything in a rosy perspective. Everything is nice. I lost touch with the ground, the reality. I lost touch. Because I was, people helped me. Dhamma was also kind to me. And then when I have nothing else to do, I meditate. I knew nothing about the management. I didn't know. In fact, many Dhamma workers, I didn't know. It's a fresh name to me. Only recently I came to know every one of the Dhamma workers. There are so many of them, we don't recognize everybody. Only recently, when I take over the ramp, the helm, So like that. So, sorry about that. So give us a chance to change. Because sometimes we don't mean it. As a leader, we don't mean it. But people, when there's a group of people, how to make the whole group of people have one single mind and single wisdom? It's so difficult. That's why sometimes we resort to rules to keep everyone together. We resort to rules. But now I make the rules more on the principle side rather than the fixed rule side. Fixed rules mean like this, in and out. But principles, like now, is quite general, just these few things. But you apply it in a very flexible manner, according to the situation. And you have to learn. They're sure to make mistakes. Sure to make mistakes. You don't allow people to make mistakes, you don't allow people to grow. So same, many parents don't allow their children to make mistakes. Then the children become so timid. Yeah, people like us made so many mistakes and we grow so much. You see, we dare to, for people like me, just so used to walking into unknown. I don't know what's ahead of me, but I just dare to take it. Because we got used to it. We had that opportunity to expose ourselves to different things. But the modern children, they're overprotected. You want to make sure they don't make mistakes, there's a result. They don't grow, they don't develop their abilities. They play safe, they stay in their comfort zone. Okay.
Bhante, I'd like to share two challenges of Dhamma Penang, and would like to ask Bhante's guidance on how to overcome. I think the first challenge is very similar to other monastery. Penang, we are very fortunate that with Bhante, we ask visit and also leadership. Our volunteer pool has grown a lot, and nowadays we have a lot of volunteers. However, because they are volunteers, they are not able to commit the time. That's what Bhante had said. On the job training is very important. But volunteer comes and go. We train. After that, the second batch come and so that is one of the challenges that we had. So my question is, in the corporate world, I think it's quite easy. We have performance appraiser. We can punish, right? We also have recognition award. We have increment. We have if it's increment not enough, I give you stock. It's so easy to motivate and retain. But then for volunteers, I think the only benefit is really merit and also Dhamma. But again, people don't stick to one monastery. So as the committee, and our committee is very small group, and we only have one Dhamma worker. And of course, our Dhamma worker is also not a long-term Dhamma worker. You know, Penang, they serve here for a few months, and after that they may transfer to another monastery and so on. So how do we, I mean, in this Indian, how do we as a committee continue to retain and motivate the volunteers? How do we apply Dhamma, okay, to be exact, how do we apply Dhamma leadership in retain and motivate volunteers, and also enhance our skill in delegation? Because we do a lot of delegation. Even a very simple donation counter, today have 6 persons. We did on the job training this morning, and we have all the 6 volunteers helping to manage, and it's still not enough. Of course, the Pinachara counter, I think Sister Sharon's, it is really overwhelming. So I think again, it is because the volunteer comes and go, and we have to train. That is the first challenge, and I'd like to ask Bhante's guidance on the apply Dhamma leadership in delegation, and how to retain and motivate the volunteers to stay with us. And the second question is
Wait, solve this first. Okay.
Second question is very more important.
First. Yeah, it's one by one. I think I don't think about retaining people. I think about benefiting people. When people receive a lot of benefits and growth and learning, if they still want to stay, let them stay. If they feel they want to, still possible, you know. If all the benefits, sometimes people, they still want to go somewhere else. For some good reason also possible. You know, it can be out of compassion, seeing that other organizations need more help. You know, they want to bring what they learn here to other people. So I don't see it from the in terms of retaining people. I see it in the sense, if I benefit people continuously and make sure everyone learn and grow in this system, still some people will go and some people will stay. This is natural. But eventually, a beneficial place where people grow, more people will naturally retain. So we don't have the desire to say, I want to retain people. Let people retain by themselves. But I think for their welfare. So if we keep thinking for people's welfare, I think overall, individual case people may come and go, but overall, more people will come in than going out. Maybe. I think so. So care about their welfare, their benefits, the true benefits. Like that, so try to understand their mind, what they like, what they want, what they look for in this platform. And sometimes they know, sometimes they don't know. Some people are very purposeful. They know why they come in. Some people just come in, maybe the karma bring them in. Unknowingly. Just naturally some karma effect. They just end up drop in and serve and do as other people do. But whatever it is, I make them see. If they don't see, I help them to see, like they just see the treasure available in this place. Like that, lor. So if you keep doing just benefiting everybody, I believe overall the organization will just grow. So we don't take it upon ourselves as an ambition to grow an organization. No. I just think about all the time, how to benefit people, how to benefit more people, instead of thinking how to make Dhamma Earth great again. Donald Trump, not again, great for the first time. Not again, we don't have a long history. No, we don't think about that kind of greatness. We think about benefit, welfare for people. So how to let more people receive welfare? How to let more people have a chance to generate good merits in their life? Have a good karmic link with Dhamma, Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha. We just keep thinking about this along this line. Everything will be fine. Okay? Yeah. In fact, by allowing people to leave us, we are teaching Dhamma also, no? Teaching the non-possessive Dhamma. So people learn the real Dhamma by seeing that we wish them well when they leave. We let go. Actually, we are teaching by letting go. If we cannot let go, then what is teaching by example? We must live up to the Dhamma that we preach. Non-attachment, detachment. Unconditional giving, unconditional sharing, like that. So we don't ask people repay us or not. No. We just keep giving, trusting in cause and effect. If we just plunge in so much causes, effect will come. Either this life or next life, it doesn't matter. Okay? So look at it this way. Okay? And next question, more important question.
Maybe I'm a bit tricky. I'm trying to trigger Bhante to say the true benefit of for the volunteers. I think we had a lot of volunteer. Part of the reasons is the visit of Bhante Buddha Rakita and also Bhante RB. We started ISAN. We also started our daily breakfast and lunch Dana group. I see they are very dedicated. Of course, Bhante BR has conducted a lot of training, the meditation, the Dharma related training. That's how the volunteers walk in and also be so dedicated to serve. And also, we also have very good bonding with the USM student. I said that because their advisors, Dr. Lim, is here. We hope to have continue learning together with USM students, that they can come to Dhamma Earth more often. I think with Bhante RB not so active, I think recently I don't see your USM student coming. Last year they came at least 4 times. Yeah, so because Bhante RB plans some courses for them. Meditations camp has really benefit a lot of people. Bhante Maṅgala conducted the Dhamma Leadership. I think we are all very, very happy, and we think Penang people has a very good full power. So the question is, the true benefit for the volunteers is really Dhamma. It's really meditation. So now with departure of Bhante BR, and we are uncertain whether Bhante RB will come back. So I'm a bit worried. How do we continue to bring true benefit to the volunteers, the devotees of Penang? So maybe I'm asking on behalf of all of us.
Maybe we should have a CLA be help. You know? Yeah, we are also humble practitioners, you know. I'm also a yogi, you know. Yeah. I try to make it systematic lah, to leave this. The reason I conduct this in English this time is I want to leave a recording in English. And I think the healthy way of learning the Dhamma is you rely more on the Dhamma instead of on the person. Because when people rely on me, to me, you all like bonding. I don't like bonding. I like to be free from bonding. You see? I know people keep talking about bonding in the community. I don't like bonding. I like to have a free love for everybody, impartial. I try to cultivate that as much as I can, But when I walk, I turn my head, then I put everything behind. When I come back, everywhere I meet like that, That I pick up this when I went wandering in India and Nepal. That I like the feeling of 四海之内皆兄弟. All are brothers, but none of them hold me back. All are brothers when we meet. I don't want to attach to anybody, and I don't like to be attached. I feel it's enough, not another big love affair. So if I think I have leave behind a treasure of Dhamma, I think that can be used again and again. So this time I come up with Dhamma Leadership because I have a different understanding and simpler presentation compared to the previous version, which sometimes I tell a lot, but people don't remember how to apply. This time you notice that I keep repeating the same thing again and again from different perspectives. So it sticks into the mind. These are the fundamental. I try to make things very simple, very substantial. Instead of telling, I did in the previous Dhamma Leadership course, we have crisis management. I teach crisis management and many things, and execution of duties and then implementing the Dhamma by wisdom and how all the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. None of them anyone remember. But I bring back to the more essential things. So my attitude is that if the Dhamma is there, I will write you to pick up on your own and revise. Only when you come to get stuck, then maybe if no one can clear the knots, then come to me, it's okay. So far, my disciples are intelligent. You see, Venerable BR is very intelligent. Very, very intelligent. Very wise. Sometimes I just give some keywords. He understands deeply from the keywords I present. He understands very deeply. So I believe in future he will be a good commentator for whatever I tell you if it's still incomplete. You see? So, because I don't think in terms of one country. I don't think in terms of one life. Frankly speaking, my mind goes beyond. It's a vast space and time. So I don't get entangled with a dot. Understand? So forgive me. If I have new things which I have not taught before, I will teach. But I don't teach on a regular basis. I don't do the repetitive work again and again. I don't want to do that. Now I deliver more talks because I have been not delivering talks for a long time. So I have a lot of accumulated stuff to share with everybody. That's why I give more frequently recently. But very soon you'll find I will come to a stop. There's not so many new things to tell all the time. Okay? So be more self-reliant in yourself, in the Dhamma, and then this is how you should work. Okay? I believe if the Dhamma is there, you should be able to find it and use it. And be more independent. Okay? Can do that. Okay. So, okay. Any other question you want to raise? Because this part 37 Dhammas is best understood in actual situation. So just now we talk about if there's an issue, then you know what's the problem and look at it. What are the required elements, the Dhamma powers, and how to enhance that Dhamma powers by spreading it to more people, especially those who are relevant and involved. And slowly you can, and most important thing is solving problem is still see things as they really are. See things as they really are. If you don't see things as they really are, then that's how we cannot find a solution. Okay. So now, so this time I have we have delivered the Dhamma Leadership course to you, and I mean it for your usage, so that you can use it in your life. Of course, I speak from the perspective of Dhamma Earth mainly, but if you understand the principles in a lively manner, you know how to apply it in your family, organization, or company, or friends, or any setting and any scenario. As long as you have at least 2 persons. 1 person, you say, I lead myself, but that's not leadership in the real sense. When we talk about leadership means at least 2 persons. So in any 2-person relationship, there's always, when you work together, someone prevail and someone more dominant and someone is more capable for some reason, or naturally or karmically or whatever. So whether you like it or you don't like it, you exercise influence over each other. So since you cannot avoid, you are not living alone in the world, forever. So you might as well learn to produce the effect 1 + 1 more than 2. And that involves Dhamma leadership. And from the essence of Dhamma leadership is always start from ourselves. Dhamma powers. Without Dhamma powers, there will be no Dhamma leadership. And the most important powers is non-self, and the wisdom of dependent origination, and then the emotional part, and then using this as a foundation, be able to perceive things properly, see things as they really are, and do that. And after that, apply this in your interaction with others, in overseeing an organization or a group, in serving others, in making decisions, in solving crises, differences, conflicts. And you must know whether you are doing rightly or correctly on the track or not. That is how, when you evaluate yourself every now and then, check yourself. Are you on the right track? You cannot be on the right track if result always turns sour. It cannot be, because this is not how the natural laws work. The law of cause and effect. Yeah, immediately once you do something right and you get the bad effect possible. But it is not possible that after years of doing all the right causes, you end up with long-term bad effect. That's not possible. That's not possible. Once a while, yes, because the good karma not yet ripened, and bad karma ripen first. When you do good karma, then it seems the cause and effect mess up. No. The law of cause and effect never mess up. The right cause always produce right result. Bad cause, wrong causes always produce wrong result. That is for sure. Have trust as confidence in the law of cause and effect. If you still have doubt, take 10,000 people of this category, 10,000 people of that category, and you see the result very clearly. But 1 to 1, you always find exception. So stay firm and focused, and don't be shaken by a few exceptional cases, and allow these exceptional cases to overrule your understanding of the general rule. Okay? Exceptional cases occur due to some exceptional conditions only. And this is an area of the Buddha. Ordinary people may not fully grasp this aspect. So be contented with the simple truth of the right, the good, the wholesome produce a wholesome result, and unwholesome cause produce unwholesome result. And just stick to that. Okay? But of course, try to be wise. Try to be wise. If you are kind and not wise, then you may get the result of kindness, but because of not being wise, you unknowingly accumulate wrong causes without knowing it. So you believe that your kindness should be compensated, should be rewarded, and that it may not be rewarded, because usually for good things to take place, it requires a number of conditions, including kindness, and including the rightly placed condition and timely fulfilled conditions. So please have faith and keep doing it again and again, 3 months, 6 months, and 1 year, and you will see the change overall in your life. Sure, this I can say for sure. If you keep to the Dhamma through times, you see the effect of Dhamma power. But don't go to case by case, because case by case, how the things come about, the dependent origination state is very profound. And to understand case by case, only the Buddha can do so. None of us can do it. But it's just like, why this person smoke and 90 over years old still have a good lung, and why the person doesn't smoke, and still have a cancer. No, you cannot. But why the doctor will tell you smoking is no good for you? Because they take the cases for 10,000 and 10,000 smoking, 10,000 non-smoking, then they come to have the clear result, very sure result. Okay? So in this way you can understand, but not case by case. It's impossible, because the dependent origination in a real life scenario, the real operation, is very sophisticated, because it's multiple dimensions, lots of things involved. Okay? So please know the sophistication of this aspect, and yet have a simple application, simple heart. Just keep to the right things. Okay? Try, and I wish you all well and successful in whatever endeavors you are involved in organization, in Dhamma, in your family, in your career, in your company, in whatever. So all the best, and hope you apply it. So take this back, and now take back and use. Maybe the printed one, we still have adjustment of few words. So if you want to share with more people, try to take from Sister MK the latest version. Recently, I'm still correcting some grammar, 1 or 2 words here, one plural, singular. Try to correct and make it perfect, as perfect as I can. And then once you finalize everything, then you are free to distribute. Don't distribute imperfect things to people. Okay? Keep it to yourself first, and later you check with Sister MK what is the latest version after all the checking. Okay? So all the best. Okay, let's wish share merit. Idang me punyang asawa kaya wahang hotu. Idang me punyang nibbana sapacayo hotu. Mama punya bagam sabba satanang bhajemi. Sabe me samang punya bagam labandu. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.